What it is, what it do, Cyber World. It is your girl, the one, the only Ash Said It. AshSaidIt.com, AshSaidIt.com. Welcome to the Ash Said It Daily Podcast Show. I appreciate you guys so very much for all of your love and support. Over 1,500 episodes. Wow. And 500,000 streams worldwide. None of this would be possible without you guys, so I thank you so, so very much. And yes, we're still living a bit of a quarantine life, darlings. Yes, COVID-19 is not quite done with us yet, but that doesn't mean that you still can't have fun when you're inside or you're indoors. So I've got my good author friend here, the wonderful Ashley, author of the new upcoming book, the Unofficial Disney Cookbook. Hi, Ashley.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. So, Ashley, what part of the country are you at right now?
I live in Kansas City, Kansas.
Oh, in Kansas. So what kind of temperatures, what kind of temps does Kansas have this time of year?
Well, we typically have beautiful fall weather in the 60s, but this week has been hot. It's been in the high 80s, so it's got a bit of a heat snap here, but should blow over and go back to pumpkin patch weather soon here.
Certainly. So, Ashley, tell us, what was the driving force behind this new cookbook?
So, first thing you got to know about me is I am the biggest Disney fan on the planet. I have just been a fan for life. I grew up in Anaheim, California, so I lived 15 minutes from Disneyland. When I would go to sleep at night, I could hear the fireworks from my bedroom. So that's how close we were. We would go just to say, hey, does anybody want to go have a churro? Let's just go to Disneyland and have a churro. And that was how casual it was, which is just crazy now because that I live in the Midwest. You can't do that all the time.
Yeah.
But that was how it got started. And then when I was in college, I ended up doing 2 internships working at Walt Disney World in Florida.
Oh, wow.
So I got really familiar with the programs down there and all the fun and food and excitement in that part of the country. So overall, I have a really big background with the U.S. Disney parks, and so I have always wanted to do work with Disney and continue to have touch with the magic throughout my adult life, and this has just been a great opportunity for me.
Yes. Wow. So what was your biggest challenge in actually creating the book?
So one thing that people don't really realize is how Disney parks snacks and treats are actually made. So this whole book is about Disney's snacks and treats. So you can eat in your hand and walk with, pre-COVID, that kind of food. Not sit-down restaurant type of food. So we're talking churros, corn dogs, Dole Whips, pretzels, that kind of food.
Right.
And Disney mass produces this kind of stuff. They feed millions of people a year. So the way that they create their food product is not the same way that you cook at home. So the biggest challenge is just taking what is a mass-produced product or a product that's made by a third party and making it accessible for your home kitchen. And I really think that I've honestly achieved that. I think that this book is super accessible and that you don't have to be a fancy cook or that you have to have fancy equipment. Anybody can do it. Even kids can do it. A lot of these recipes, you can bring your kids into the kitchen with you and they'll love it. I mean, they're really going to love it. It's delicious, fun treat.
All right. Now, Ashley, I'm a food connoisseur. I love food. All right. Different types of food, different kinds of food. If it's rolled in butter and maybe some sugar, hey, I'm game. Mm-hmm. Now, how easy to follow along with is this recipe book? Because I'm not a chef. I didn't go to culinary school. How is it going to be for me to kind of integrate and do some of these recipes?
You're going to be amazing. You're going to do excellent. All these recipes are very easy to make. It's been written to have any home cook make it in any home kitchen. So don't worry about having it be too hard. Everything is extremely accessible. Anybody can do it.
Mm-hmm. So how did you pick which recipes? Because I'm sure with your experience and knowing the Disney brand, how did you choose which recipes to include?
Basically, I thought about if I wasn't the one to have written this book, and if I saw this book on the shelf, which recipes would I want to open up and see? Like, what are my favorite things to eat at Disney? What is everybody's favorite things to eat at Disney? And that's what I included. So it's basically the 100 most popular snacks and treats sold at the U.S. Disney parks. So that's the Disneyland Resort and the Walt Disney World.
Wow. Well, okay. What is your favorite treat from Disney that's included in the book?
Excellent question. Yes. See, I break my snack preferences down into different categories. So let's see what I got here. My favorite savory treat, savory snack is the Nacho pulled pork fries. So it's a pile of French fries with nacho cheese, pulled pork, and barbecue sauce.
Oh, wow.
So it's perfect mid-afternoon boost.
Yeah.
Like carb protein load. And then I'd have to say that my favorite sweet treat would be the Dole Whip. So refreshing, so sweet. And now they make Dole Whips in lots of different flavors. So you can get like a lime one or a raspberry one. And they usually have cute little different like themes to them. So always good.
So did you do your own photography for the book? Or did you have someone to kind of come in and kind of help you?
Right. So it's being published by Adams Media, which is an imprint of Simon & Schuster. And Simon & Schuster is a Big Five publisher. Yeah. So this book really had all the big guns pulled out for it. They hired an outside photographer who works out of California. Yeah. And they did all the photography for the book, and it is stunning.
I'm excited. I'm too happy to hear. Okay, I want to hear about some other treats, Ashley. So what do you think is maybe one of the more popular sweet treats?
So I think that are really going to gravitate towards first of all, the Dole Whip. I think my Dole Whip recipe is fabulous, and I think people are really going to be into that. I also think that all the churro recipes are great. Churros are really big right now. They love doing seasonal variations, and I have many in my book. So if you want to have a little like churro party at your house, you can have different toppings and dips. It's very fun.
Yeah. So how would you make a churro? I've always kind of wondered because it looks very complicated and
it's not. It's so easy. So easy. You just like mix up dough, kind of like you're making anything like bread or like it's a certain dough, and then you put it into a piping bag that has a star tip on it, and you pipe that onto a cookie sheet and then freeze it, and that's how they get long and hard. Like that's how they'll maintain their shape, and then you deep fry it and then roll it in sugar, and that's it.
Oh wow, that is simple. See, I would have totally screwed that up, Ashley. Thank you for clarifying. Because my churros would not
Once you see the recipe, you'll totally get it right. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Now, as far as Disney goes, has Disney reached out to you as far as maybe possible collaborations, or is there any future for you and the Disney brand?
That's a great question. I don't know at this point. I don't think that Disney will ever make a book like this because, like I said, they mass produce and send these recipes out to third parties. So people are kind of like, I know some people might say like, oh, this is the unofficial Disney Parks Cookbook. Like, I don't want to read anything unofficial. But anything, even if Disney produced the book, it would be unofficial. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, they would have to create the recipes the exact same way that I did. So it's just taking the flavor profiles, taking the look, and trying to recreate it for the home kitchen. And that's exactly what I did. So I don't know if someday Disney would want to do that and if they'd want to work with me. I have no idea. But at this point, this is kind of the only way that people are going to get these recipes in their home. So I'm excited to bring it to them this way.
Absolutely. Now, last but certainly not least, so we're coming up on, the holidays are coming up. They're right around the corner, Ashley. Why is this cookbook a good stocking stuffer?
Honestly, I think if you have a Disney lover in your home, which I think everybody does. I mean, am I right? I feel like everybody has a Disney lover in their life, if not like 12. So I think that any Disney lover would really appreciate this book because it is so accessible and it has 100 snacks and treats in it. So if you know like a favorite of theirs, it's going to be in there. And think how fun it would be to like put a bookmark in the book from that on that recipe, because then you take something that was personal and make it even more personal. Saying, hey, remember when we went to Disneyland together and we had these skewers at the Bengal barbecue? That was so fun. Now we can make them at home together. And especially right now when like Disneyland is closed and people aren't getting to Disney World, you've got to make it at home. Like you've got to make your own magic. Like my saying is, magic is what you make it. And that's what we got to do right now during COVID, is we've got to make our own magic. Absolutely. And this is the way to do it. And spread the love. Give it to all your family.
I love it. Ashley, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you so much. Let everyone know, of course, the book is going to be available very, very soon. So let them know where they can get more information on it and possibly pre-order.
Yes, please. The book is currently available for pre-order. You can order it anywhere books are sold. So if you like to order your books on Amazon or Barnes & Noble or from your local bookstore, Target, Walmart, SimonandSchuster.com, any of those websites, you can pre-order the book. And you can also find it on any of those bookshelves as well once it comes out next month. So I hope that you'll order lots of copies. And you can also follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is ashley.crafted. And I'll have all my updates there. So I'd love to see you all visit me on Instagram.
I love it. Ashley, thank you so much. Much more success to you and your team and everybody else that's backing this project. It's amazing. I can't wait to make some churros. I'm excited. We're looking forward to that.
I'm excited for you.
And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for your love and support. Keep in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face, you tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.